Hi students. So under self-occupied, see the situation 5 ma. Okay, in the previous classes we have completed with self-occupied situation 1, 2, 3, 4. So now we are going to discuss the situation 5. See here, if the part of the house is self-occupied and the remaining part is let out, where independent units, floors are not there in a building. Okay, see here, if the part of the house is self-occupied and the remaining part is let out, where independent units, floors are not there in a building, means what ma here? Situation what we have seen situation 4. Situation 4, once you see situation 4 ma, building consists of independent living units or floors. Okay, flats during the previous if the part of the house is self-occupied and the remaining part is let out. Situation 4 is nothing but a building is having a independent units. Nothing but in a building we are having a different portions. Okay, in that different portions, if suppose apartment is there, in that apartment certain portions are given for rent purpose and a portion is occupied by the owner, means that comes into situation 4. But here what he is saying see ma here, if the part of the house is self-occupied and the remaining part is let out, where independent units or floors are not there in a building. Here we don't have any independent units or floors. Okay, nothing but one house is there, in that 1 or 2 rooms are given for rent purpose and remaining is self-occupied. Okay na. So situation 4 in the situation 4 ఏం చూసాం మనం, అనుకుందాం ఒక అపార్ట్మెంట్ అనుకుందాం, లేకపోతే ఒక బిల్డింగ్ 2 to 3 ఫ్లోర్స్ బిల్డింగ్ ఉంది. అందులో ఒక ఫ్లోర్లో ఓనర్స్ ఉన్నారు, ఇంకా 2 ఫ్లోర్స్ రెంట్కి ఇచ్చారని అనుకుందాం. అది సిచ్యువేషన్ 4 అయితే. సిచ్యువేషన్ 5 ఏంటి అంటే ఇక్కడ ఇండిపెండెంట్ పోర్షన్స్ ఏమీ లేవు. ఓకేనా, అండ్ వీ డోంట్ హ్యావ్ ఎనీ ఇండిపెండెంట్ యూనిట్స్ ఆర్ ఫ్లోర్స్. సో ఇక్కడ ఏంది, ఒక ఇల్లు మొత్తం కలిపి ఒక 5 రూమ్స్ ఉన్నాయి అనుకుందాం. అందులో నుంచి 1 or 2 రూమ్స్ రెంట్కి ఇవ్వడం. ఓకేనా, 1 or 2 రూమ్స్ రెంట్కి ఇవ్వడం. చూడండి ఇక్కడ, ఇది పార్ట్ ఆఫ్ ది హౌస్ ఇస్ సెల్ఫ్ ఆక్యుపైడ్ అండ్ ద రిమైనింగ్ పార్ట్ ఈస్ లెట్ అవుట్. ఓకే, వేర్ ఇండిపెండెంట్ యూనిట్స్ ఆర్ ఫ్లోర్స్ ఆర్ నాట్ దేర్ ఇన్ అ బిల్డింగ్. Okay, that is the point here. Okay, in this case what we have to do, see, in a building independent units or floors are not there, but during the previous year part of the building is self-occupied and the remaining part is let out, then assessee cannot claim the benefit of self-occupancy. Okay, if independent units are not there, only let us think one portion is there, in that 1 room or 2 rooms is given for rent purpose. In that case here we don't give any benefit of self-occupancy. Total we should treat like a let out. ఓకేనా. సో వినండి అమ్మా, ఇక్కడ ఇండిపెండెంట్ యూనిట్స్ ఏం లేవు అంటే మనం అనుకుందాం, ఒక ఇంట్లో ఒక 3 or 4 రూమ్స్ ఉన్నాయి అనుకుందాం. ఆ 3-4 రూమ్స్లో 1 రూమ్ కానీ 2 రూమ్ కానీ రెంట్కి ఇవ్వడం అనమాట. అది అలాంటిది ఇక్కడ కండిషన్. సో అలా ఇచ్చినప్పుడు ఇక్కడ సెల్ఫ్ ఆక్యుపెన్సీ ఏమి ఉండదు, మొత్తం లెట్అవుట్గానే ట్రీట్ చేయాలి. టోటల్ లెట్అవుట్గానే ట్రీట్ చేయాల్సి వస్తుంది. ఓకే, సో లెట్అవుట్ అంటే తెలుసు కదా మనం ఏమేమి చూసుకోవాలో. let out rules follow also. Here we have to follow the let out rules. Okay, see, once you see this question, Shri G.P. Saxena owns a house. He is using a part of the house for residential purpose and the remaining part is let out on a monthly rent of rupees 2,500. So part of the house is occupied by him and remaining part he has given for monthly rent. Okay, that is 2,500 per month. The municipal rental value of the house is 24,000 and fair rental value is 26,000. Local taxes, means municipal taxes, is paid in respect of the house is 2,400 and other expenses are ground rent 3,000 we won't consider, insurance premium we won't consider, and interest on loan taken to purchase the house 10,000 we have to take. During the previous year the house was vacant for 2 months. Okay, so here he has not mentioned any independent units, just a part of the house is self-occupied and the remaining part is let out. So in this case what we have to do, total house should be treated like a let out only. Okay, so here we have to follow the rules of let out. So let out rules, first of all what we have to see, in let out also we have situations na. So there we have to see that whether it comes under which situation. So here let out for rent purpose he has given and vacancy is also there. Means situation 3 let out nothing but for rent purpose he has given and what is there ma? Vacancy is there. So situation 3 under let out we have to apply the situation 3. ఓకేనా. సో జాగ్రత్తగా వినండి అమ్మా. ఇక్కడ ఒక హౌస్ ఉంది, ఒక హౌస్లో కొంచెం ఏమో సెల్ఫ్ ఆక్యుపైడ్, కొంచెం ఏమో రెంట్ అని చెప్తున్నాడు వాడు. ఓకేనా. అంటే ఇక్కడ ఏంది, ఇలాంటి సిచ్యువేషన్లో ఇండిపెండెంట్ యూనిట్స్, ఇండిపెండెన్స్ ఫ్లోర్స్ అలాంటివి లేని దగ్గర దీన్ని టోటల్ హౌస్ అంటే రెంట్కి అయితే ఇచ్చింది కదా, సో టోటల్ హౌస్ రెంట్కి ఇచ్చినట్టే ట్రీట్ చేయాలంటే లెట్అవుట్గానే ట్రీట్ చేయాలమ్మా. ఓకేనా. సో మనం లెట్అవుట్గా ట్రీట్ చేయాలన్నప్పుడు లెట్అవుట్ రూల్స్ చూడాలి. సో లెట్అవుట్ రూల్స్ ఏంది, ఫస్ట్ ఆఫ్ ఆల్ రెంట్కి ఇవ్వాలి ఇచ్చిండు, తర్వాత ఇంకొకటి ఏంది వేకెన్సీ. ఇక్కడ ఏముంది మనకి వేకెన్సీ అని ఇచ్చిన క్వశ్చన్. సో సిచ్యువేషన్ 3 అప్లై అవుతుంది. ఆఫ్టర్ ఫైండింగ్ సిచ్యువేషన్ నెక్స్ట్ వాట్ వీ హ్యావ్ టు సీ హియర్ ఇస్ ఎనీ స్టాండర్డ్ రెంట్ ఆర్ నాట్, యూ హ్యావ్ టు అబ్జర్వ్ ఇట్. సో స్టాండర్డ్ రెంట్ ఈస్ నాట్ దేర్. సో సిచ్యువేషన్ 3 రెంట్ కంట్రోల్ యాక్ట్ నాట్ అప్లికబుల్ రూల్స్ వీ హ్యావ్ టు అప్లై. Okay, situation 3 rent control act not applicable rules we have to apply here. Okay, clear up? So now you see, first calculating ERV which is higher of the following two amounts, MRV 24,000, FRV 26,000 he has given. So ERV is how much? 26,000. Next step 2, calculating ARV. So rent for 12 months period minus rent for vacant period. So 2,500 into 12 minus 2,500 into 2 is equal to 25,000. Next calculating GAV. So in case of GAV, here what we have to see, here we have to observe ERV. Here we have to observe ERV and ARV. So without, if suppose vacancy is not there means here vacancy will, if suppose vacancy is not there means this is how much ma, ERV will be how much, around 30,000 it will be there. ERV is how much, 26,000. due to vacancy only it has become a 25,000. అవునా కదమ్మా. సో వేకెన్సీ లేకపోతే ARV ఎంత ఉంటుంది, ఇక్కడ మనకి 30,000 ఉంటుంది. అవునా కదా. వేకెన్సీ లేకపోతే ARV ఎంత ఉంటుంది, మనకు 30,000 ఉంటుంది. కానీ అవునా, అప్పుడు ఏమవుతుంది, ARV ఎక్కువ ఉండేది, కానీ వేకెన్సీ ఉండడం వల్ల ARV తగ్గింది. డ్యూ టు ది వేకెన్సీ ఓన్లీ ద ARV హ్యాస్ రెడ్యూస్డ్, ఇట్ హ్యాస్ బిన్ రెడ్యూస్డ్. సో ఇన్ దట్ కేస్ సి GAV, in that case GAV is equal to ARV. ARV is less than ERV due to vacancy. Okay, so GAV is equal to ARV. ARV is how much, 25,000. Okay, next table, particulars. GAV 25,000 minus municipal taxes, you will be getting NAV. Next, standard deduction under section 24A on NAV you have to calculate 30%, and interest on loan under section 24B 10,000. Okay, from this you deduct these deductions, you will be getting an income from house property. This is situation 5. Okay, next coming to the situation 6. See here, self-occupied house vacant due to employment or business etc. Nothing but house itself, own house as vacated for what purpose, for employment purpose or for business purpose. Nothing but SSC or as the owner he has gone to some other place, okay, for carrying on his employment or business. So see here, if the house is not occupied by the SSC due to the employment or business or profession carried on in other place, and he is residing in a rented house and is not deriving any income from that house, then the annual value of such property is taken as nil. Okay, nothing but ikkada see here, if SSC he has left his own house for employment purpose or else for business purpose or else for profession purpose, he has left the house, his own house, and he is staying in other place in rented house. There he is paying rent, but here from his own house he is not getting any rent. So in that case the annual value itself will be the nil. Ma. సో సిచ్యువేషన్ 6 ఏంటమ్మా, అతను ఓన్ హౌస్, సెల్ఫ్ ఆక్యుపైడ్ హౌసే, కానీ జాబ్ కోసం కానీ బిజినెస్ కోసం కానీ ప్రొఫెషన్ కోసం కానీ అతను ఓన్ హౌస్ వదిలేసి వేరే ప్లేస్కి వెళ్ళి అక్కడ రెంట్కి ఉండడం, అక్కడ రెంట్ కట్టాలి అతను. సో రెంట్కి ఉంటే వేరే ప్లేస్కి వెళ్ళి అక్కడ రెంట్ తీసుకొని ఆ రెంట్ పే చేస్తుంటే ఇక్కడ ఈ హౌస్ నుంచి అతనికి ఎలాంటి ఇన్కమ్ రాకపోతే, అతని హౌస్ నుంచి ఎలాంటి ఇన్కమ్ రాకపోతే దాన్ని ఏమంటాం మనం, NAV itself is nil. NAV itself is nil means GAV nil, municipal taxes we don't have. Okay, NAV itself, annual value itself will be nil. ఓకేనా. సో సిచ్యువేషన్ 6 ఏందమ్మా, SSC తన ఓన్ హౌస్ వదిలేసి జాబ్ పర్పస్ కోసము లేదా బిజినెస్ కోసము లేదా ప్రొఫెషన్ కోసము వేరే ప్లేస్కి వెళ్ళి అక్కడ రెంట్కి తీసుకొని ఉంటున్నాడు. ఇక్కడ ఈ హౌస్ నుంచి అతనికి ఎలాంటి ఇన్కమ్ రావట్లేదు. అలాంటి టైంలో అలాంటిది క్వశ్చన్ ఉంటే అది సిచ్యువేషన్ 6 కిందకి కన్సిడర్ అవుతుంది. ఓకే, సో ఆ సిచ్యువేషన్లో ఏంది, ఎన్ఏవి నిల్. ఓకే, యాన్యువల్ వాల్యూ విల్ బి నిల్ ఓవర్ దేర్. ఓకే, సో నౌ అండర్ సిచ్యువేషన్ 6 see the problem. See, Koronimal is a businessman in Hyderabad owning a house and used for his residential purpose. Okay, so he has a businessman in Hyderabad owning a house and used for his residential purpose. During the previous year, he had spent 400 for repairs, municipal taxes to 20,000, interest on loan taken to construct the house. 20,000 interest on loan taken to construct the house. The loan is taken from LIC on 15/5/2017. So in case of self-occupied, we have to see the interest on loan. Nothing but we have to take the loan amount, interest on loan amount. During the previous year, relevant to the current assessment year, he shifted his business to Bidar and living in a rented house. As such, the house was vacant for the whole year. Compute the income from house property. Actually, he has a own house in Hyderabad for business purpose. Now he has left to the previous year. He has left to the Bidar, and there he is staying in a rent house. Here the house is vacant for total a whole year ma. Nothing but in previous year his own house is vacant. Okay, so then it comes under situation 6 under self-occupied. Why? Because he has left his own house for what purpose? For business purpose. Okay, so if here we have to treat it like already it is a self-occupied, and NAV itself we have to take nil. Only interest on loan, if any interest on loan is there, only interest on loan we have to consider here. So once you see about the loan here, the loan is taken from LIC on 15/7/2017. The loan is taken on 15/7/2017, and the loan for what purpose it has been taken? For constructing the house. Okay, so it is after 1499. Once you see here interest on loan calculation, the loan is taken after 1499. So the reduction is least of the following two amounts. Actual interest paid 20,000 and rupees 2 lakhs. Actual interest paid is how much? 20,000 rupees 2 lakhs. So the least amount will be allowed as deduction. Okay, now you see the table here. Annual value is nil. Deductions, only one deduction you will be getting here, that is interest on loan under section 24B. So that is 20,000. So loss from house property 20,000. Loss from house property is how much? 20,000. Okay, next take. Next here situation 7. Self-occupied house vacant due to occupying official residence. So nothing but a person who is a government employee. Okay, for him nothing but the residence is provided by the government itself. Okay, in that case we have to treat it like he has left his own house and he is staying in a government residence house. In that case also we have to treat it like nothing but NAV will be nil. NAV itself will be nil ma. See here, the government officials and non-government officials who have reside in official residence due to office held by the annual value of their own house is taken as nil. See here once again, government officials and non-government officials who have to reside in official residence due to office held by them, the annual value of their own house is taken as nil. For example, district collector, vice chancellor of a university, chief executive of a company have to reside in official residence. If they are owning a house and they are not in a position to occupy due to official protocol, the annual value of the house will be taken as nil, and no deductions are allowed under section 24 except interest paid on loan taken for constructing or purchasing or renovation or repairs, etc., which is least of the following two amounts. Okay, so listen ma, whether he may government employee, non-government employee, but he is residing in official buildings, nothing but in companies building. Okay, in companies building. Okay, or else in government residence, compulsory has to stay only in the official residence or government residence. In that case, he has to leave his own house. He has to leave his own house and he has to stay there. So in this situation, the nothing but the annual value is taken as nil. The annual value is taken as nil. Only interest on loan we have to calculate. Only interest on loan we have to take in the problem. Okay, so ఈ సిచ్యువేషన్ చూడండి, సెల్ఫ్ ఆక్యుపైడ్ హౌస్ వేకెంట్ డ్యూ టు ఆక్యుపైయింగ్ అఫీషియల్ రెసిడెన్స్. నథింగ్ బట్ ద హౌస్ ఈస్ ఆక్యుపైడ్ ఫర్ వాట్ పర్పస్? నథింగ్ ఇఫ్ హీ సపోజ్ ఈస్ అ కలెక్టర్ ఆర్ ఎల్స్ ఏ కంపెనీ CEO is there, but here what he has to do, compulsory he has to stay in the government residence or else in official residence only. He has to leave his own house. So what he has then in that case, అర్థమైందమ్మా ఇక్కడ నేను ఏం చెప్తున్నానో? అతను జాబ్ ఒకవేళ గవర్నమెంట్ ఎంప్లాయీ అంటే కలెక్టర్ కావచ్చు, జడ్జ్ కావచ్చు, వైస్ ఛాన్సలర్స్, ఇలా ఇక్కడికి ఎగ్జాంపుల్స్ వచ్చినాయి కదా మనకి. ఒకవేళ ఒక ప్రైవేట్ కంపెనీ CEO కావచ్చు, వాళ్ళకి ఏంటి అంటే కొన్ని రూల్స్ ప్రకారం వాళ్ళు కంపల్సరీ గవర్నమెంట్ బిల్డింగ్లో ఉండాలి, లేదా వాళ్ళ ప్రొవైడ్ చేసిన అఫీషియల్ బిల్డింగ్ రెసిడెన్స్ ఆ ఇంట్లో అయినా ఉండాలి. ఇలాంటప్పుడు వాళ్ళ ఓన్ హౌస్ లీవ్ చేయాల్సి వస్తుంది. సో అప్పుడు వాళ్ళ ఓన్ హౌస్ లీవ్ చేయాల్సి వస్తుంది కాబట్టి ఆ ప్రీవియస్ ఇయర్ ఆ హౌస్ అంతా ఖాళీ ఉంటుంది కాబట్టి, సో దాన్ని NAV, యాన్యువల్ వాల్యూ we have to take nil. Annual value we have to take the nil. Only interest on loan we have to calculate there. Okay, next coming to the situation 8, self occupied house using for running own business or carrying a profession. So self occupied house using for running own business or carrying a profession. So in this case, nothing but it is business. It is used for business. If suppose it is used for business, the own house is used for business, means it comes under income from profits and gains of business and profession. See, it won't come under income from house property. See, if SSC is using the house for running his own business or to carry his profession, then the income from such house property shall be taken as nil. Expenses incurred on the house like municipal taxes, repairs, maintenance, etc. will be treated as business or profession expenditure. Okay, so here in this case, no need to prepare any house property problem. If a house is occupied for what purpose? For a business or for a profession. In that case here we won't calculate any income from house property. Next is situation 9. The SSC owns a house and it is let out to the employer, and the same house is provided to the SSC as rent-free accommodation. So here rent-free accommodation, this is a topic regarding income from salary. If first of all we have to learn the income from salary, then only you will be knowing that how to calculate this situation. Why? Because rent free accommodation comes under income from salary. So while explaining income from salary, RFA, rent free accommodation, here I will explain this situation. Okay, next see the situation 10, last one, letting out the house property without receiving any rent. Letting out house property without receiving any rent means the house is given for any relatives. Okay, so there we are not taking any rent, just for relatives we have given. Okay, in that case what we have to do, we have to treat it like a let out only. Okay, see here, లెట్టింగ్ అంటే ఇప్పుడు ఇల్లు ఉంది, ఆ ఇల్లు ఎవరికి ఇచ్చాం? మనం రిలేటివ్స్కి ఇచ్చినాం. ఎలాంటి రెంట్ తీసుకోవట్లేదు. సో దాన్ని మనం ఎలా ట్రీట్ చేయాలి? లెట్ అవుట్గానే ట్రీట్ చేయాలి. హౌ వీ హ్యావ్ టు ట్రీట్ ఇట్? వీ హ్యావ్ టు ట్రీట్ ఇట్ లైక్ అ లెట్ అవుట్. ఓకే, క్లియర్ అమ్మా? దిస్ ఇస్ సిచ్యువేషన్ 10. ఓకే, నెక్స్ట్ సీ దిస్ క్వశ్చన్. Mr. Sankat Sinha is owning a property in Raipur. During the previous year, the house is let out to son-in-law. He has given the house for his son-in-law for free of rent due to non-availability of a suitable tenant. The other particulars are, okay, the house is given for whom? For his son-in-law he has given, and he has not taken any rent. So MRV has given, FRV has given, standard rent he has given. Okay, next, expenses incurred on the house. We should not take land revenue, those all things. Only we have to take interest on loan taken to construct the house. Okay, compute the income from house property and tax liability. So here what you have to do, you have to calculate the income from house property and even tax liability you have to calculate. If income from other heads is 5,94,300 and qualified savings is under section 80C is 90,000 he has given. So here you have to calculate the GAV. GAV is nothing but which is higher of the following two amounts. Three amounts you have to see here. Why? Because standard rent he has given. Let out, apply the let out situation 1. Rent Control Act applicable rules you apply ma, you will be getting GAV. Okay, then calculate the income from house property, you calculate. Okay, after that what he has asked in the question, even he has asked to calculate the tax liability also. Nothing but the SSS tax liability here we have to calculate. So for that purpose what we have to do, income from other heads he has given first income from house property, income from other heads, both you have to add. You will be getting total gross total income. From that deduct qualified savings under section 80C. Okay, then you will be getting a total income. Now apply the slab basis. First unit what I have said for calculating tax liability, apply the slab basis ma. Okay, after applying the slab basis you will be getting income tax. For that you have to add the 4% health and education. Okay, so by this we have completed the 10 situations under self-occupied. So one situation that is left, 9th one, there we have to know the regarding RFA, then only you can do that situation. Okay na.